Hi, it's the Carter Man. It is Sunday evening. Getting ready to get a evening service. Getting ready to go to church shortly. So we find out that yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the egregious, repugnant little Christopher Wray, the crooked head of the FBI, gave a speech, I think in Chicago, to a police association convention type thing, where he said that the FBI was going to start really going after Arab terrorists. Now, so this is a huge change. And I want you to think about this for a second. In a minute, I'm going to tell you they damn well better, because I'm going to tell you how you can know there are a lot of Arab terrorists here now. That when there becomes so many of them that even Christopher Wray notices, you know it's become pretty damn obvious, okay? But let's go back to what he said. So he is going to shift the FBI's attention to Arab terrorists. Imagine that. The people that blew up the World Trade Center and have committed terrorist acts all around the world for decades. Christopher Wray just discovered them. Does that mean that little Chrissy boy who, I got to tell you, a quick aside, had that guy been raised in my neighborhood with that smirk he has on his face all the time, in inner city Baltimore, on the sand lots here, he had the kind of face we'd want to punch every day. I'm just telling you. That's just the way it would have been. The guy's repugnant. So at any rate, getting back to the point, he's discovered Arab terrorists. Now, that means, and he's going to shift the FBI's attention to him. Where's he shifting it from? Let's think for a second. Where? Well, in the past, Christopher Wray has told us that the real terrorists are domestic terrorists. That's his word for us, are MAGA supporters. And that's who he's keeping track of. People who voted for Donald Trump. Yeah, they are domestic terrorists. Or maybe he has in the past pointed out that the real terrorists are also Catholics. You can't make this stuff up. Yes, Catholics. They are domestic terrorists and white supremacists. Catholics. Yeah, Christopher Wray. That was who he's shifting the attention from now, apparently, to Arab terrorists, those who have committed every confound terrorist attack in the past several decades, multiple decades, okay? He's also having to shift the FBI's attention from the terrorist parents that he targeted, who had the gall to object to perverts in the little girls' room at the elementary school and pornography in the libraries. They were his targets before. You know, I'm just telling it like it is. That's what Christopher Wray said were the really bad people, and sent his FBI out to harass them. Pro-life protesters, another terrorist group that Christopher Wray was keeping his eye on, okay, is going to have to shift his attention from now to the Arab terrorists in this country who have declared war on the United States because we objected to them slaughtering over 1,000 innocent Israelis in the worst possible way, in the most savage ways possible, okay? So they've said we're coming after every American now. And Christopher Wray has actually noticed it, evidently. He says he has. We'll see. I mean, this will be a major departure from Christopher Wray's FBI to stop targeting elementary school parents, Catholics, Trump supporters, pro-life advocates, and of course, you know, anyone who happened to be at the protest on January 6th. Didn't do anything wrong, just if you happen to be there, well, to Christopher Wray, you are a terrorist and have been for several years now. These are the domestic terrorists, according to Christopher Wray. And now, lo and behold, after the horrifying, savage slaughter in Israel, Christopher Wray has noticed, apparently somebody tapped him on the shoulder, Christopher, there are Arabs out there that have been committing terrorist acts for decades. Christopher now has noticed with the smirk. Disgusting. So there we have it. Now, I will say this. if he is noticing Arab terrorists, they're here because of him. Okay? Him and his boss, toxic Joe Biden, let them in. They let them in. They refused to screen people coming to, and Wray did this. Christopher Wray did this. Refused to screen people coming across the border, 4 million of them, since Joe Biden's taken office. With Christopher Wray's help, they've been gotten kind of ollie in free. Come on, all of you, just walk right across and go wherever you want. Let's say that just 0.1% are Arab terrorists. That's a couple thousand, folks. That's a couple thousand. And let me tell you how I know that Christopher Wray's open door policy, Christopher and Toxic Joe's, let them in. My wife is a Latina, okay, from Honduras. So I know a little bit about their appearance. You think? Black hair, brown eyes, olive skin. Not too many blue-eyed blondes down there in Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, on and on and on. Not too many. Okay, so they were just, come on in. Christopher Wray there, being the traffic director, come on in. No, I don't need to see any ID, just come on in. Now, that's who I'm married to. A couple years back, I dated a wonderful Arab girl, okay? Wonderful person. She had, let me think for a second here. Oh, that's right. Black hair, brown eyes, and olive skin. Yeah, indistinguishable. So if the Arab terrorists just walked in with the Latinos, with Christopher Wray waving them on in and not checking anything about them, of course they infiltrated. Of course, all they had to do was keep their mouths shut, which they're smart enough to do. So that's where we are now. Because of Christopher Wray and his boss, toxic Joe Biden, we have been flooded now, very, very likely, with Arab terrorists who have declared jihad against us now, since their depraved attack, terrorist invasion, and massacre in Israel. They have now declared war on us. And Christopher Wray let them in. And now he's discovered they're here. But he's got to refocus the entire FBI now away from Catholics, elementary school parents, pro-lifers, okay? All these people that he said, and Trump supporters, of course, were the real terrorists in America, domestic terrorists. Folks, we got to get these people out of there. Hopefully, please God, if Jordan becomes Speaker, he will actually do something and impeach this little runt who's the head of the FBI. Okay? If not for blocking every investigation of Hunter Biden, cokehead Hunter, for his open door policy at our border that has let in terrorists. So that's where we are. If Jordan gets in next week, call his new majority office, say, let's get the impeachments underway. Let's do this thing, folks.